Good morning, students. This is your geography lesson, and in this lesson, we are going to start chapter 2, the Earth's movements. So, we start our lesson. You are supposed to open page number 7 and read and understand about the rotation of the Earth. Students, watching the sky. When we say that the sun rises and sets, does it mean that it really rises, moves across the sky, and then sets in the horizon? If you watch the position of the sun on a day, you will notice that the sun actually shifts its position in the sky within a day. It looks like it really does move, but does it? In this chapter, you will learn why the sun shifts its position in the sky, why there is day and night, and what bring forth the four seasons: summer, autumn, winter, and spring. Rotation of the earth. Students, do you know what is rotation? Students, rotation is the movement of the earth on its own axis. Rotate means to turn. Rotate means to turn. So the earth turns around a slightly inclined imaginary line that joins the two poles called the axis. And rotates describe the circular motion of an object around its center. The spinning of the earth around its axis is called rotation. The spinning of the earth around its axis is called rotation. The axis has an angle of 23.5 and is perpendicular to the plane of Earth's orbit. The axis has an angle of 23.5 and is perpendicular to the plane of Earth's orbit, which means Earth is tilted on its axis, and because of this tilt, the northern and southern hemisphere lean in a direction away from the sun. The rotation of the earth divides it into a lit up half and a dark half, which gives rise to day and night. Students, the earth also moves around the sun. This movement is called a revolution, which is different from rotation. Students, objects rotate around an axis but revolve around other objects. So, the earth rotates around its axis as it revolves around the sun. The sun may shift its position in the sky, but it is the earth that is actually spinning constantly. Which planet is moving or spinning constantly? It's earth that is actually spinning constantly. It is hard to believe that the earth is actually spinning when we are standing on it. We do not feel any movement at all. You may think this is because it spins very slowly. This is far from the truth because the earth actually spins or rotates at 1670 kilometers per hour. Look at the table below and you will see that the speed at which the earth rotates is the slowest as compared to its revolution around the sun and the speed at which the solar system goes around the galaxies. Students, look at this picture. Imagine a line passing through the center of earth that goes through both the North Pole and the South Pole. This imaginary line is called an axis. What is this line called? This imaginary line is called an axis. Earth spins around its axis just as a top spins around its spindle. This spinning movement is called Earth's rotation. However, it is actually rotating at great speed, faster than a Formula One race car. It is surprising that we on Earth do not feel the movement at all. Students, here is activity and speed. Kilometer per second. The Earth's rotation 0.5. The Earth revolving around the Sun 30 speed per second. And the solar system around the Milky Way galaxy speed per second 250 kilometer. The Earth rotates around an axis, as I have told you already. The axis is an imaginary line that runs through the center of the planet. So, what is an axis? The axis is an imaginary line that runs through the center of the planet. The axis connects the north and south pole. The north and south pole. The Earth's axis does not point straight up or down but is tilted at 23.5 degree, as you can see from figure 2.1. Here is axis, here is point 23.5 angle. The figure 2.1 compares the axis around which the Earth rotates and the axis around which the scatter rotates. As you can see the picture of vertical axis, the scatter is rotating in the vertical axis. The Earth's axis is tilted, but the scatter's axis is straight. The Earth rotates from west to east. As you can see from figure 2.2, the Earth rotates from west to east. The rotation takes 24 hours to complete. It is the rotation that gives us day and night. Only one side of the Earth faces the sun at a time. The side that faces the sun will experience day, while the side that faces away from the sun experiences night. In figure 2.3, the side of the Earth experiencing day is shaded light blue, and the side that is having night is in the shadow. As the Earth rotates, each area of its surface gets a turn to face and be warmed by the sun. This is important to all life on Earth. The sun affects everything from the weather we experience to the food we eat and even our health. If the Earth did not rotate, one half of the Earth would always be hot and bright, and the other part would be frozen and dark. So, students, what is the learning from the rotation of the Earth? Number one, the Earth rotates from west to east on its axis and completes one rotation in 24 hours. The Earth's rotation causes day and night. Number two, while the Earth is rotating on its axis, it is also revolving around the sun. The Earth completes one orbit round the sun is 365 1/4 days. Number 3, the Earth is the only planet which supports life. It is fragile because we can affect its ability to sustain life if we do not take care of it. So, students, this is your lesson for today. I hope you have understood about the rotation of the Earth. You have to learn it. Thank you for listening. Take care. Allah Hafiz.